Okay, so last video I got a pretty hefty amount of complaints that the video was too long, I yapped a bit too much, my points weren't concise, I didn't really get to the point, right? So we're gonna do a bit of a redo. I have a PowerPoint presentation that we're gonna go over. Basically everything I should have gone over in the video in a more formatted way. So this is my presentation, Making Good Furry Avatars by Emmett's page. So there are a lot of furries on Roblox, right? And a lot of them have shitty avatars that look like this. If you have an avatar that looks like this, people think that you're a pedophile. I'm not saying that you are a pedophile, but everybody thinks that you are one. Now there are some important notes regarding this point. If your avatar looks like a femboy, boy kisser, kimono thing, you look like a pedophile. Everybody that sees you thinks that you're probably a pedophile. However, if your avatar is like a proto-gen or one that heavily relies on out-of-place art styles and mesh heads, people are just going to think that your avatar looks like shit. You're entitled to your opinions on how these look, but if you think they look good, I think that you're a fucking idiot. Let's move on. So why do a lot of furry avatars look like shit? I think that these people don't fully understand that they have a lot of options available to them. They just go with what's popular, even if it looks like shit. And in other words, it's all they know, and they aren't aware that they could look better. I want to help open the eyes of these people who may not be aware of the ways they can make their avatars look less out of place, and by extension, better. So here's my number one tip, okay? Tip number one, stop wearing mesh heads. I believe that the biggest culprit to bad-looking furry avatars is the use of mesh heads. This isn't to say that all mesh heads are bad, and that you should never use them. In fact, if you can make an avatar that uses a mesh head and it doesn't look out of place, that's fucking awesome, and I'm way more impressed with you being able to do that. If you don't have a plan in mind and are just using a mesh head because you don't know how to translate whatever furry species you are to Roblox well enough, then let me help you out here. How can someone avoid wearing mesh heads? Wear classic faces with animal facial accessories. It's really just that simple. There are thousands of animal beaks, snouts, noses, whatever, and it's probably on the catalog for like 60 Robux. Please wear these on top of classic faces. It will always look better than a mesh head. Additionally, wearing animal ear accessories on top of classic head shapes enhances this look really well. If you can't find what you're looking for, consider making it yourself. There are certainly a lot of other people who are looking for the same thing and would purchase it. Tip number two, wear standard avatar bodies. Don't wear layered clothes. They look like shit. Don't wear Arthro packages either. They look like shit. Wear things that fit on Roblox. There are plenty of UGC packages that fit, or you could just wear Roblox official packages. There isn't much else to say on this matter, so I'm going to move on. Tip number three, wear clothes. One of the biggest missed opportunities for character design that I see both on and off Roblox in regards to furries is the lack of clothing. Clothes are a great way to personalize your character. They can convey a lot about a person. By not wearing clothes, you are putting a massive handicap on the design of your character. And no, thigh-high socks do not count as clothing. But what if you want to wear fur patterns with clothes? This is really easy. You just gotta use a plugin like Better Roblox that's able to give you the decals of t-shirts and stuff, and take the clothing decal for the fur pattern you want to use, and then go into whatever art program or photo editor you want to use, and then put the clothes on top of the fur. And then you can upload it to Roblox and it'll look really good. Trust me, making custom stuff is really fun, and it's a shame that more people don't do this. Tip number four, get creative. Does your character have a niche fur design or some other odd characteristic that isn't easy to find on the catalog? Make it yourself using hat combos. Take my avatar for example. He's a Dutch rabbit, so the upper part of his head has black fur. This is something that's hard to create if you're just looking for things like fur patterns, so I decided to get creative with how I would implement this. I used a low black beanie that heavily resembles what I was looking for, and you can apply this philosophy to pretty much anything similar. It just takes a bit of creative thinking. Tip number five, compare and contrast. Once you've made a rough draft of your new avatar, go out into the world of Roblox and compare how your avatar looks alongside the people around you. Do you stick out? If the answer is yes, assuming you're in a game with people wearing more conventional Roblox avatars, you should evaluate why and fix the issue. Making the perfect avatar takes time, and you're probably not going to get it right the first time, and that's okay. So here are some important criticisms to address. That's basically all of the tips out of the way. If you want to click off now, feel free to do so. I'm not going to hold it against you. These are all of the big criticisms I got from the original draft of this video, which is my last video. It's going to stay up if you want to check that one out. So, first criticism. Why are you telling people to dress up like classic Roblox? You're blinded by nostalgia and need to get with the times. First of all, you're fucking stupid. Second of all, I'm not saying that you need to stick strictly to classic stuff, as that implies you'd only be limited to items made or themed after how Roblox looked from 2006 to 2012, which is not what I'm suggesting. I'm encouraging people to wear things that are appropriate and fit within the Roblox art style, which really shouldn't be that hard to do. If you're a contrarian and think that Roblox doesn't have an art style, and therefore my advice is pointless, hateful dribble, I encourage you to do some introspection and hopefully come to terms with your profound reaction. Second criticism. You sound like a dictator. Why are you trying to tell other people what to wear? I speak with authority about topics like this because I have a deep love and respect for the art style, community, and aesthetic integrity of the games and media I enjoy. I do not enjoy looking at shitty things, like femboy Kemono Head avatars, because they are so egregious in how they disrespect and avoid staying within the art style of Roblox. I have made several in-depth videos on Roblox's art style. It is not a very strict art style, so when I see things that are so obviously art style breaking, it tells me that whoever made it simply doesn't give a shit about what game they are making items for. The reason I tell people what to wear is because I'm tired of the aesthetic integrity of Roblox getting completely erased by people who don't have any passion or care for the platform, what they make on it, or what they wear on it. If you have a problem with how I speak about these things, you are weak. Third important criticism. You claim to be capable of making better avatars than the Kemonos, yet your avatar looks just as bad, if not worse. I'm going to immediately assume that the only reason you're saying this is because you're upset that I'm making fun of your shitty avatars by saying you look like a pedophile, and are trying to get under my skin by reversing it on me to some degree. You are entitled to your own opinions, even if they are stupid and make you look like a dumbass. If you don't like the avatar style that I am suggesting people try to adapt, then that's fine. However, on the off chance that you are being 100% genuine with comments like this, you are so astonishingly retarded that I genuinely think you should never speak about matters of style or aesthetics ever again. Okay, fourth important criticism. The kimonos originate from Eastern Asia. Are you racist? Do you hate Asian people, Emmett? The origins of kimonos have no bearing on my opinions regarding their appearance. They look like shit regardless of who made them. I am not racist towards Asian people for making kimono heads, and my hatred towards them is not some bizarre way of attacking Asian people. I am, however, incredibly disappointed in the Asian community for creating these things. I was under the impression that they were the smartest race on average, and yet they made this shit. Like, come on, Asian people, you can do better than this. And I think this is number 5, fifth important criticism. Why are you saying that all kimono users are pedophiles? Isn't that a bold and harmful assumption to make? Yes, calling an entire group of random people pedophiles is a very bold and harmful assumption to make, which is why I didn't do that. I am just stating the obvious, educated assumption that when people see you walking around with a boy kisser looking ass head, completely naked except for thigh-high socks, they will immediately think that you are a pedophile. This is not conjecture, this is not some like deep-seated attack against people, this is legit the first thought that your average Roblox player will have when they see most kimono avatars. Do not put words in my mouth, thank you. So in conclusion, stop wearing ugly-ass art-style breaking mesh heads and avatar bodies. Stop being completely naked, thigh-highs don't count. Be a little bit more creative with what you wear. And never goon. Thank you guys so much for watching my presentation. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's probably going to be a Fortnite one. I'll catch you around, more content coming down the pipeline real soon, and I'll catch you next time.